breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression. It's out for liberty. Breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts. We're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land, yeah.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, I didn't see that Frida is now in the intro. Oh my God.
Blasting it up.
My video guy likes to put Easter eggs in there for me, and that time he got me for sure. So kudos, David. Anyways, welcome to a Tuesday edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? This is the political cage match where bold solutions win and bad ideas get wrecked. Tonight, we're asking the question at the center of every political fight: who decides? Who decides how you're policed, how your data is used, what your kids learn, how your money holds value, and whether power stays local or gets pulled to Washington? We're hitting accountability, surveillance, rights, borders, markets, schools, safety, all the places where control is up for grabs. And three notable political minds are here to battle it out. So get ready, because you, the chat, decide who is smarter than a politician. Joining us tonight, third time on the show, one-time champion, Rob Yates. He's a two-time candidate, for mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's the LPNC comms director and on the at-large executive committee. And as well as that, with that, he does the LPNC podcast and newsletter. You can follow him on X at ProsperCLT 2023. How are you tonight, Rob?
What's up? How's it going? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. I'm ready. Back-to-back wins. That's what I need here. That's what I'm going for.
Excellent. Introduce yourself to the crowd.
My name is Rob Yates at Prosper Charlotte 2023 on Twitter, PROSPERCLT. There's not much else to know about me. I'm not all that exciting.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us.
I will let my performance speak for me, for the record.
There you go. That's what I usually do too. All right. Also joining us for the third time, Rebekah Massie. She's the Western Regional Organizer for the amazing organization You Are the Power. You can follow her at The Other Massie. She's the number one Massie in my heart, of course, but she's at The Other Massie on X. And you can also follow You Are the Power at YATP Official. And how are you tonight, Rebekah?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I was told to spin around in my chair and do a joke entrance. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm good. I just knocked my desk, but other than that,
there's a lot of furniture collateral damage when you're on the show, I've noticed.
I've noticed, yeah. Like the last time when I had my mic pointed down and every time I tapped my desk, it was sounded really angry. That was good.
Yeah. You kind of had an Alex Jones vibe going.
I did. That's what I was going for. Or is that how we're not supposed to? I was told we were supposed to, be goofy.
Yeah. And introduce yourself to the crowd.
Yeah. So I'm Rebekah Massie. For those who don't know me, like Bree said, I'm the Western Regional Organizer for You Are the Power. And if face name looks potentially familiar. If you go to the pin post on my Twitter feed, you'll see a little bit more about me. Specifically, about 15 months ago, I was arrested at a city council meeting for daring to question whether or not somebody deserved a taxpayer raise. So here we are, putting up the good fight. Happy to be back.
So you're saying this is community service for you?
Yeah, that's what they keep telling me at the courts. Yeah.
Excellent. That's how Terry ended up here too. So thank you for joining us. And last but not least, a last second fill in. We want to give a shout out to Dan Carr, who was supposed to be here tonight and had a medical thing. We hope everything is okay. But joining us is, I think it's his 96th appearance on the show. We've completely lost track. And he's won a bunch of times. My buddy, Casey Rasmussen. And for whatever reason, that's not going up on the screen. There's Rob, and there's not Casey. Okay. Now I can't get Rob to
He's
go back
better
out.
looking anyways. So you can just put him back up.
Let's just introduce yourself and read the stuff that was on that slide that I can't get to work.
I'm Casey Rasmussen. You can follow me at American vs. Gov. I do a podcast of They Both Suck on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. I've missed it for most of November, thanks to life, but we'll be getting back on it. But we'll see what tonight brings. Friday was quite fun. We had some random topics come up in the middle of it. We'll see if we can do it here again.
All right. Everybody that says I'm no good at this, I just loaded that while he was talking. He's the host of They Both Suck podcast, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. And you can buy his cool merch at the awake.notwokestore.com. And you can follow him on X at American vs. Gov. Appreciate you, Casey. And as always, joining us, the lovely Terry Batts. How are you tonight, Terry?
Feeling like we're running at like 500 miles an hour already, but that's all right. And looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show. Keep them coming, chat. You know I love it. Bring it.
Yeah. As Dale Earnhardt said, you win some, you lose some, you wreck some. So this might be one of the you wreck some moments. But all right. So you can follow me and Terry on X. I am Smarter Game Show on X. I actually added this week because I forgot it twice last week. And she is Bats T76 on X. You can buy our merch at freedomsuperstore.com. I am wearing the My Other Car is a Killdozer shirt in honor of Casey being here tonight. We have shirts, we have mugs, we have cool stuff. Check out our shorts on YouTube at Freedom Uncut. We also have a Rumble by the same name. And we will also be at a bunch of conventions. So Are You Smarter Than a Politician is hitting the road in 2026. We're doing at least 4 live shows at Libertarian Party state conventions, and you can be there. So come meet fellow freedom lovers, watch the live show, and see contestants put to the test. And if you want real change, join your state party, become a delegate, and help shape the national convention. So we hope to see y'all out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I just teased there might be another one being added to this list soon. So hopefully that'll come through. And thank you to our subscribers. Terry's paying here, which is bizarre. Paying to be here, which is bizarre. Amity, Ocean Blue, Shirley, Dr. Belay and Lisa, Dan, Chris, Casey's also paying to be here. Dave Krantz, Jake Day, Phil Rain, Jacob Winograd, and Anarcho Society for some cool swag. That's Brent Freeman. So check out all of our friends, and you can subscribe to us on X for exclusive content and a bunch of other stuff. This is your backstage pass. And if you want to sponsor the show, just shoot us an email at studio@freedomuncut.com. So got through all that stuff. Let's jump into the chat right now. And you're right, Terry. I'm already like short of breath and ready to lay down. So Dan's here, a subscriber. Welcome, Dan. Grumpy's here. What's up, Grumpy? Oh, he said hi to Terry. Look, I'm taking that off the screen. First 200 Rebekah for having a base last name, and girl power from Amity. I don't know who Rob is, but mine is 500 points. Mad Dog's here. What's up, Mad Dog? I liked Mad Dog better when he lost his voice and canceled his show. Just throwing that out there. But 100 to the other base Massie. 100 to Casey. Happy anniversary. Oh yeah, it was Casey's anniversary to the lovely Emily yesterday or the day before, something like that. So welcome, Catalyst. 200 to Rob for no step on Sneck. Minus 100 to not Casey. KC. Oh, Kyle's here. What's up, Kyle? KC is pretty awesome. Rebekah Sassy Massie is awesome. And Rob's awesome too. This should be a great one. Thanks, Kyle. 100 to KC. We demand a Bats t-shirt. Oh, that'd be a cool idea.
Has to have dolphin.
I wanted her to change her handle to Bats in the Belfry, but she thought that was rude. So, is this just the news? It's something like that. It's a very serious show. We'll be covering a lot of current contemporary topics. It's kind of like PBS used to be. But welcome, Jerome. I'm just here for the laughs. Welcome, Sarah. Can they see us? Sometimes.
Your camera's on.
And yeah, Tori's here. Welcome, 500 Rob, to cancel out that turd Mad Dog. Yeah, there needs to be a canceling of the turd Mad Dog. Excellent. All right. So this is Are You Smarter Than a Politician? Share this out, please. Knock this forward. Help bust the algorithm. The winner tonight will get the Ron Paul holding the Ron Paul Trophy. Mike Johnson's signature cologne Swamp Ass, the Ayn Rand Fountainhead Teddy Bear. We also have the Tramp random tariff generator. How this works is you pull his arm to generate a tariff and he pulls it out of his ass and crashes the economy. We have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician? If you want to annoy your friends and neighbors. We have the Ron Paul and the Murray Rothbard bobbleheads. And as always, the Lego Killdozer, because nobody talks about the Killdozer more than me and Casey. Here's how the game works. I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody cares. The rules are the contestants can debate each other. They can veto an answer, tariff, redistribute answers, and they all start off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. Here's how scoring works. The chat controls the score. They can give or take up to 100 points from contestants. And because of crony capitalism, the subscribers have slipped me a little money under the table. And so they can give or take up to 200 points because that's how the government works. Nuking scores. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it down 1,000 points. Contestants can only be nuked one time, so use it wisely, just like our leaders probably would. All right, we're about to get started, so I'll put Terry in the back. She controls the score and the chat, make her life extremely difficult. Thank you, Terry. I need to move some people around here. I need to demote Casey, and that didn't work. So there we go. All right, now you're in the order I need you in. All right, Rob, we're going first to you. This is the lightning round. Category is accountability. Should communities get veto power over government agencies that fail them?
100%. The smaller you get into a minority group, starting with the individual, the smallest minority, should have veto power over anything the government does to them, whether they fail them or not. Failure is an arbitrary thing that can be weaponized against us. Moving up, families should be able to, communities, states, and eventually you get to the federal government, which we should probably just veto the whole thing anyway.
That's a great idea.
Facts.
All right, Rebekah, to you. Should voters be able to fire federal officials through a national recall system?
I don't even feel like that's a controversial question. Like that's just should be a factual statement at this point. So absolutely.
All right. Kelsey, please, to you. Should politicians face criminal penalties for breaking their oath of office?
Yes. Why is there an oath of office if we don't hold them accountable? So absolutely. It's just we're a bunch of cowards when it comes to holding politicians accountable. We don't do it.
All right. Rob, back to you. Category is police liability. Should officers lose immunity when they violate clear constitutional rights?
That's a trick question because officers should never have had immunity in the first place.
All right. That is a made-up court thing, I believe. So I'll take that.
Yeah, it's judicial activism, 100%.
Yep. All right, Rebekah, to you. Should video of every use of force incident be public within 48 hours?
Yeah, I mean, if not sooner, 100%. As somebody who literally had force used against them for exercising their First Amendment rights, took a few weeks to get that footage back, and conveniently, all of the footage came back after they decided to drop my charges after, hundreds of emails went out about it. So, shouldn't even be a question.
And You Are the Power does a great job of getting that footage too, and has straightened out some crazy problems just by getting that footage. So absolutely. Casey, to you. Should citizens be able to sue police departments directly for abuses?
They can't?
They cannot.
How in the world did we have so many lawsuits against police departments during the summer of love of 2020? Because there were a lot. You had what's her face, Breonna Taylor. I wasn't suing the city. That was going after the police department.
That was going after the officer, I think, individually.
Yeah, but yes, they should be able to. Is the answer? I thought you could all along.
No, the government entity is protected, but the officer you can sue civilly, I believe.
Yeah, the officer. Yeah, so like I can speak to like my civil suit if we want, like as far as how it worked for people who haven't looked at like really great 43 pages worth that Fires put together for me. It's suing the city of Surprise, like as an entity, as a government entity. It's suing the mayor who ordered me to shut up, stop talking, and then called for my arrest. And then it is mentioning the arresting officer who comes up behind me and puts his hands on me. It's basically all three. The language is in the lawsuit to try and waive the qualified immunity piece that the officer would potentially have. So it's not an easy thing by any means to sue any government entity, and certainly not the police.
Somebody said that the YouTube video is not up, and I just checked it, and I do see the YouTube video. So you might want to exit and go back in, or do something like that. Force quit the app, but it should be there. Thanks for that clarification, Rebecca. All right, back to you, Rob. Category surveillance. Should government agencies need a warrant to access any digital data?
So I would put forth that governments should not have access to any person's digital data. There's no reason for them to know anything about us. But as far as it goes in the current state we're in, they 100% should need a warrant, and that warrant should have to come before they access it, not after the fact. We need to get rid of FISA 702 immediately. We need to get rid of the Patriot Act. Government should be afraid of their people. People should not be afraid of their government.
Excellent. All right, Rebecca, to you. Should facial recognition tools be banned from public use?
Yeah, and probably from private use too, aside from like you protecting your own private property. Like it gets a little dicey, I think, when you're talking about protection of a private place of business and whatnot. But generally speaking, we're under surveillance at all times, even if you just go to Walmart, pick up a gallon of milk, and anybody, especially law enforcement, can access that footage. So no.
All right. Casey, to you. Should states have the power to block federal surveillance tech inside their borders?
Yes. States should have that power. Should go back to the states and the people. Federal government needs to worry about our border and everything exterior of that. Nothing internal.
All right. Rob, back to you. The category is privacy. Should companies be barred from selling your information without explicit consent?
So this is a tricky one. Here's the thing to remember, and everyone on this chat is probably going to know this, but if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. So read the fine print, because you probably consented to your data being sold. That being said, in terms of private companies, I tend to think this is a little bit more hyperbolic. Like, what do they want to do? Figure out what to sell you better? I personally appreciate my targeted ads. My wife certainly doesn't. We probably have stuff show up on our doorstep more than she'd like. But I don't think the government should ban any private entity from selling anything. I just think that you should be aware of the contract you're entering into when you sign up for an app or anywhere else where you submit your data.
I think that's how I ended up with the glow in the dark anarchy sign behind me. So
that's a fantastic purchase.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Rebecca, to you. Should every citizen have the right to refuse biometric tracking?
Yes. I mean, honestly, biometric tracking shouldn't even be a thing unless there's express consent, and it's privatized. Like, I know for my employer, if I go into the building, there's a hand scanner that I have that's a security measure because we're technically a financial institution. But the government having that sort of a thing, No, there's no need for them to have any of that information whatsoever.
All right. Casey, to you. Should medical records be kept entirely outside government databases?
Yes. None of the business of the government. They don't need to be having it, and it should be completely separated. You're
All right. All right, Rob, to you. I was trying to send a sneaky message behind the scenes, but you gave a quick answer. So you win some, you lose some, you wreck some. That's I'm sticking with that. All right, Rob, back to you. Individual rights. Should your rights depend on where you live?
They shouldn't. They do. Your rights are inherent. If you're a conscious being, then you were born with rights. I don't think that's up for debate. Government doesn't have rights. States don't have rights, but they have authorities, and those authorities can be backed by their monopoly on violence. And so, depending on where you live, your ability to exercise your rights certainly could be affected. But remember, you have those rights. We live in an anarchy, really. Ultimately, everything that we're doing is a choice we're making, and you can choose not to go along with it.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should adults have full autonomy over their bodies and choices?
Yes. Like, that shouldn't even be a topic of debate.
The government knows better than you.
No. Hard no.
Free, I'm going to debate this one and say that anyone who's a Dallas Cowboys fan, maybe we should check into them a little more carefully about.
Does
the choices
that fall
they're making.
under like whatever the legal term is for like mental incompetence, like you're a ward of the state or something? If you're a Cowboys fan, I'm gonna probably lose points.
We could just
on
change
that,
the category to Cowboys fan.
Fair.
All right. Casey, to you. Should speech be protected even when offensive?
Speech is protected even when offensive. It's just some people choose to be offended by it. And so, yes, First Amendment does protect that.
All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not already done so. Let's jump into the chat and see what's going on. Jake's here, a subscriber. What's up, Jake? 200 to Casey for filling in at the last minute. He's done it a bunch of times. The guy just cannot be stopped. Anarchy Television's here. Welcome. Thomas Queeters here. What's up, Thomas? 100 to Rebekah for that gloriously menacing mug. I don't think that was a compliment, but you got points for it.
I'll take it. I'm not gonna argue.
100 to Casey for holding officials to their oath. 200 to Rob. 100 to Rob for government being afraid of the people. Welcome, Twilight Sparkle. Paul Dar's here. What's up?
Oh, geez.
I still got to add that to the intro where Paul said that the show was pretty okay. That's a huge endorsement coming from the vice chair of the party. So we appreciate you, Paul. 100 to Rob, government should fear us. Tori's here. What's up, Tori? 100 to Rob, great answer. 200 to Rob, get a warrant. Minus 50 to Rob for mentioning the government. 200 to Rob, the government doesn't need to know how effing weird we are. What's up, Chris? 200 Rebekah for her background. We are not government property. 100 to Rob for knowing I hate all the packages he orders from.
That's my wife.
Oh, well, I mean, she's definitely a Twilight Sparkle, so we'll allow that. 100 to Rebekah. Biometrics are personal data. The government can F off. 200 Rebekah. Love the background. 200 to Casey. Government has no business accessing medical data. 200 to Rob. If that's an
It is.
Mine's better. It's Ron Paul that says truth is treason in the empire of lies.
Thomas is throwing me some shade, so points to Rebekah for laughing at my question. Minus to Rob for talking shit to Mrs. Uncut Incognito style. I mean, Amity. I have no idea what you're talking about there. 100 to Rob. He will always get points for dissing the cowgirls. Oh, boy. 200 Rebekah for her Ron Paul shirt. Truth is treason in an empire of lies. And 200 Rebekah for going against the grain and not having a beard. So that's fair as well. The show's early, though. It might grow in.
Yeah, we'll see. I had to shave right before this, you know.
All right, let's take an early check at the scoreboard here and see what is going on. Rob is in the lead with 950, Rebekah with 900, and Casey's just happy to be here.
Hey, I'm not in the negative, so I'll take it.
Hey, you're doing better than the federal government. So,
Eh.
All right, Rebekah, second place. What do you think so far?
oh, it is what it is. Sport can change at any time. Anybody's game. Rob,
It
I'm
is
coming for
anybody's
you.
game right now. Yep. And Rob, you're in the lead. What do you think?
I'm feeling like I'm the town council of Surprise, Arizona, just taking Rebekah out.
Oh, God. Too soon, man.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Is that a nap violation?
I think that got more views than our average show. So I'm behind it. If you want to just, drag her across the stage or something, that's yeah, we're not nice. Yeah,
No.
So. All right, back to it. Rob, to you. Categories local control. Should local communities choose their own policing model?
That's a tricky question. Should local communities choose their own policing model? Sure, until that policing model becomes something that is weaponized against the people of that community. Not that what we have right now is they're already weaponized against the community, so it's sort of 6 of one, half dozen in the other. But the whole point is the state's monopoly on violence should only be used to protect person and property, not just to weaponize political agendas against people.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should local school boards have final say over curriculum?
That's a trick question. The parent should have final say on the school curriculum.
This whole category is trick question. So
I know.
I'm
Why are
glad
you setting me
everybody-
up like this, Free?
Yeah. I'm
Trying to
glad
get me to be
everybody realized
accidentally
that.
unlibertarian.
Yeah. I wrote them in invisible ink, so we need to move fast.
At tracks.
Yeah. All right. Casey, to you. Should states be allowed to ignore federal mandates?
That's a trick question. They can ignore federal mandates. They just got to grow a pair, but most states don't.
All right. Back to you, Rob. Category is markets. Should competition, not mandates, drive innovation?
The only innovation that a mandate drives is how to use the mandate to stifle competition or to get around the mandate. It is only with the truly incredible expanse of human ingenuity when applied to problem solving, particularly based on needs that the market has exposed, that we will ever see real innovation. And we have lots of examples of it, and the government's not involved in any of it.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should markets be free from federal price controls?
Get out of here with your call me BS. No price control.
But they're looking out for your best interests.
They
They're going
can.
to make prices lower for you.
I will fight them.
So hear me out. We make a tariff, and then we lower the tariff, and then we raise the tariff, and then we put price controls.
Oh, and then we give everybody $2,000 and call it 5D chess.
Yeah. I mean,
Perfect.
$2,000 would cover dinner for 2 at this point. So
You
I
know
think
what?
that's a
I'm
good
sold.
deal.
You sold me on a steak dinner. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't say steak. You get mac and cheese, but
Like Kraft or like bougie mac
No.
and cheese?
no, store
Like
brand.
great value? Blech. Nope.
Cisco mac and cheese from Chef Mike. All right. Casey, to you. Should government stay out of deciding winners and losers in the economy?
Yes. The government should just stay out of everything. Can the government just get the out of everything and just stay and leave us alone? That's all we want.
That'd be nice. Rob, back to you. The category is education reform. Should private, charter, and home schools face fewer restrictions?
So we have a part of the First Amendment, separation of religion and state, and I believe we should add separation of education and state 100%. The state should have no say in how children are educated. There's a brilliant free market to determine that. And private, well, trick question, because charter schools shouldn't exist. Public schools shouldn't exist. Private schools should exist. Parents can teach their kids, but yes, there should be absolutely no overlap between the government and education whatsoever.
All right. Rebekah, back to you. Should parents decide which subjects deserve more classroom time?
I mean, ultimately, everything should be parental discretion when it comes to raising and educating your children. So I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Casey, to you. Should funding follow the student instead of the system?
Yes, 100%. Because if you want to be able to put the student in another school because it's outperforming your neighborhood school, it should just go with it. There are alternative solutions also, but to answer this question, funding following the student is just fine. It should be encouraged.
All right. Rob, back to you. The category is school choice. Should parents decide their child's schooling without government approval?
Once again, 100%, a million times, yes, 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 absolutely. Complete separation of education and state. Of all the things the government can possibly do, I am sympathetic to the argument that educating children, it looks good on paper. It's one of the ones that we think is important. But every time the government gets involved in something, it's destroyed. And education is the worst because it is weaponized in so many ways. It is a political football, and the government is on peanuts pulling that football up before Charlie Brown gets to kick it. So yes, 100% get the federal government completely out of parents' decisions on school choice.
Yeah, the public schools are the WNBA of education. So,
Wait,
Rebekah, to you.
wait, Free. There's a WNBA?
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Yeah.
Dude, whatever. Crazy.
It's on Ion if you watch Ion.
Oh, that would explain it. I love that channel.
All right, Rebekah, to you. Should taxpayer funding support all forms of education equally?
Taxpayer funding shouldn't go towards public institutions like schools anyway. But if we're going to do it, to echo the point from 2 questions ago, should fund the student, not the system.
Yeah,
If
some of
we're
these
gonna do
questions you have to pretend that we live in a Republican socialist society or a Democrat socialist society. So there's two.
Is there a
different
difference
flavors.
in the socialist society?
No, there's literally no difference.
Oh.
Maybe some different winners and losers, but it's pretty much the same. Casey, to you. Should school choice be guaranteed as a right?
Yeah, the government should get out of the way and just let us live our lives and let us go to the schools that we want to or school how we want to at home. The government doesn't need to be involved in everything.
All right. Rob, back to you. Category is self-defense. Should every adult have the right to self-defense?
So, slightly trick question. Every adult does have the right to self-defense, as well as every child. Should the government completely stay out of your right to self-defense? Shall not be infringed is pretty clear to me.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should states be banned from restricting people's ability to protect themselves?
Absolutely not. And if the state tries, then I think that we need to normalize protecting yourselves from authoritarian nonsense like that.
Okay. Casey, to you. Should government have no say in how you protect your home?
The government doesn't have say on how I protect my home. So, yeah, they don't.
All right. Rob, back to you. Oh, no. Enter scores. If you haven't put your scores in the chat, do so now. The chat's starting to hop for a Tuesday night. I lost points for not having Mad Dog on. That was a personal choice. Terry's been trying to schedule Mad Dog. This is news to me. And minus 100 to Rob for violating the nap. I missed that. 200 to Casey for always being the best fill-in and getting out of the negative. Let's go, Rob, repping for LPA, 100 points. What's up, LPA? Minus 100 to Rob for supporting any state monopoly on violence. 200 to Rob, police should not be weaponized against the people they're supposed to serve. 100 to Rebekah for parents. 100 to Casey for telling them how to grow a pair. Yo, guess what? What's up, street legal e-bike? There. I think I read that. Not a trick question. Minus 50 to Rebekah for the right answer. LOL. 100 to Rob for explaining my business model. What's up, Waz? The great Waz. We gave him a shout out on the last show. Helped us get off the ground a year ago. Appreciate that he's back. 100 to Rebekah for 5D cheese. That's literally the only bullshit we haven't seen at this point is 5D cheese. It would have holes in it, though. Absolutely would have holes in it.
Maybe it's Swiss cheese.
Yeah. 100 to Casey for saying the government should stay out of everything. 200 to Casey, the government should get the F out of everything. 200 to Casey, if Emily says hi, happy anniversary. There she is.
Whoa.
There she is. The
Fast on the
lovely
draw.
Emily. The lovely Emily. 100 to Rob on schools. 200 to Rob for separation of education and state. 100 to Rob, no government involvement in education. 100 to Rebekah for parental discretion. I feel like this is a relative, Brian Massie.
Oh yeah, that's my husband.
Oh, your husband. Oh, welcome, Brian. 200 to Rebekah for parental discretion. 200 to Rebekah for parents. 200 to Rob, government out of education. Get it. Yeah, I got you. 200 Rebekah, fund students, not systems. If we have to do funding. 100 for shall not be infringed. 200 to Rob, shall not be infringed is pretty clear to me. 10 to Casey, unalienable rights are just that. Government doesn't allow you to protect your home. 100 to me for watching from the hot tub. That's a boss move there, Jake. 200 to Massie for being so classy. I see what you did there. Points to Free. Thank you so much. And let's see what's going on here. And same order, but more points. We got Rob still in the lead, 20-50. Rebekah 100 behind. And Casey somehow got into the positive. So we might need to check the numbers at the end of this thing.
I ran it
I'm on
through a
format.
voting machine. It's all right.
Yeah. All right. Back to you, Rob. Category is firearms policy. Should adults choose what firearms they own without government permission?
Can you imagine asking permission to choose which firearms you own? Hashtag legalize recreational nukes.
Facts.
Oh boy.
Facts.
Free men don't ask permission, man.
Facts.
That's true. I heard that somewhere. Rebekah, to you. Should carry permits be abolished nationwide?
I have my carry permit. It's called the Second Amendment. Toodaloo.
Based.
There you go.
Excellent. Casey, to you. Should communities set their own rules without federal oversight?
Yeah.
Their own gun rules, basically.
They should. They should grow a pair and push back on anybody trying to push government overreach. Like Rebekah said, the Second Amendment gives us everything. So I don't know why they want to push anything else, because it shall not be infringed is pretty clear.
Yeah, if I want to mount a belt-fed machine gun to my roof to protect it from intruders, it's my right.
I mean, it's not really a house unless you have a turret. I mean, it would be,
Clearly not.
Yeah. That's why I typed that into the real estate search engine. I just look for turrets.
I'm sure that narrows the field quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, in Florida, it's hit or miss.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
All right. Rob, to you, categories border security. Should states decide how to handle migrants entering their territory?
No, there should be no authority deciding who enters your territory. If I want to invite someone to my house, that person should be allowed to come to my house. No need to get government involved. I will say what states have to do is get out of the business of incentivizing people to come into their territories, whether it's the country or the state, by plying them with welfare that they've stolen from us.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should the management of enforcement resources be delegated to the states utilizing them?
What's it called if the state owns the means of production? Oh yeah, communism. No, it should be privately. There shouldn't be anything that's publicly owned.
All right. Casey, to you. Should the states have the power to secure their own borders?
States do have the power to secure their own borders. We just choose to hand it over to the federal government and expect them to do it. And then they keep overreaching and taking more and more and more. It's how we've got to this place today.
All right. Rob, to you. Category is immigration. Should immigration policy be more flexible at the local level?
I'm still confused. I don't understand why we need an immigration policy. Here's the immigration policy. If I want to let someone into my house, they can come to my house. If I don't want to let someone into my house, then I will be hiring Rebekah's belt-fed machine gun company to protect my house. Other than that, again, freedom of association, freedom of disassociation. These are pretty simple principles.
I agree. Rebekah, to you. Should states have the authority over work permits in their borders?
I don't think that the state has the authority to create a border. The border is my private property line. Toodaloo. Goodbye.
Is Toodaloo a thing now? Are we doing a lot of
It's
Toodaloo?
definitely a thing. It's usually when I'm being super sarcastic about something at work, I'm like, Toodaloo.
It's like an SNL sketch with David Spade or something.
My husband hears Toodaloo a lot now. I think
Ooh.
it's, yeah. I mean, it's mostly about work BS. But, yeah.
Shout out to Brian. Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon.
All right, Casey, to you. Should states have the right to enforce their own immigration rules?
Yeah, they should be able to. I'm the different one. I do believe in the federal government protecting our borders and outward. So it'd be mostly them on the exterior borders, but the states should have their own, and they should be able to uphold those and defend them as where they see fit.
Okay. Back to you, Rob. Category is sovereignty. Should states be allowed to block federal participation in global treaties?
I've thought about this one a lot. And the only possible valid situation where the federal government should be able to enter into a treaty on behalf of the country with sort of our implied consent is if we are actually at war, where someone has attacked us and we're defending, and it's a peace treaty. Other than that, I would say there's no conceivable application where a federal treaty is anything but a violation of our rights anyway. And states should be able to veto it. We should be able to veto it. We should be able to ignore it. We don't need a Kyoto Protocol. We don't need, the UN's 13 standards on human rights or whatever nonsense they come up with. There just shouldn't be any federal treaties.
Ooh, we have a development here. I need to jump to this. This is very important. Casey got nuked for the Broncos plushie grow up. So I'm a big fan of that one, so I will allow it. And yeah, this is what happens to your points right here. Yeah. So you got nuked, and enjoy that. And
I feel really happy for people who are about to experience really bad radioactivity.
Yep, all three of you are around, so good luck.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna get the fallout anyway.
He's way out west, and I got water right by me. I'm fine.
How far out west? Like, am I in the fallout zone or am I ground zero?
I'm in Utah, so you tell me.
It depends on where in Utah, but I'm probably at least gonna have like 3 arms or something.
It's all right.
That's a lot of Toodaloos going on if you got 3 arms there.
I mean, honestly, it might make wrangling 3 children easier.
That's true, but an extra arm would be good parenting.
Yeah.
All right, Rebekah, to you. Should Americans vote on whether to join global alliance organizations?
Why are we joining global organizations to begin with? Like, there's no need. Keep it local.
I agree. Casey, to you. Should foreign governments be banned from influencing U.S. policy?
Yes, 100% they should be banned, and I'm pretty sure they are not supposed to be involved in it, but we allow money to control everything because our government and our politicians need to live their fancy lifestyles, and so they just keep permitting it and letting it happen.
All right. Rob, back to you. Category is public safety. Should communities choose their own public safety strategy?
I certainly think there's a merit to letting a community organize neighborhood watch style stuff, perhaps hiring a private contractor to protect the community, but really people should be able to choose their own public safety and self-defense strategy. And then if you want to come together and work together, as long as it's voluntary, I got no problem with it.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should states determine how government agencies are used in local emergencies?
They're their government agencies to begin with. I mean, if we're gonna pretend that we're in statist land and we like all of the power consolidated as much as possible, if you're gonna fund it, it should be delegated as local as possible.
Yeah. Remember, we're living under Republican socialism right now.
I
So,
agree. Yeah, that's why I said if we're in statist land.
yep.
How dare you make fun of the UN peace president? That's very offensive.
Yeah. 5D cheese, Casey.
I'm picturing
All right,
like easy peas like being frozen and like just like making little sculptures out of it.
Yeah. All right, Casey, to you. Should public safety decisions be made locally rather than federally?
Yes. Everything's better when the decisions are made locally instead of federally. If you make decisions federally, you give it over to the stupid ass people in DC to make some decisions. Keep everything local. Your life will be better.
All right. Rob, back to you. Oh, no, enter scores. So put your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. We're cooking along here. 90 more to Casey, forgot a 0. 100 to Rob. 200 to Becca for Toodaloo. Points to Rebekah for belt-fed machine guns. I knew that was going to be popular. 67 Rebekah for belt-fed. Yeah. 100 from Rob's mom for a great answer. I'd like to see the signature on that. That might be forged. 100 to Massie. Public land is commie BS. What's up, Anarcho Barbie? Another great former contestant joining us. Deadeye Dick says, hey, Casey, 100 for the Go Broncos. So you're only down 900 now for being a crappy Broncos fan.
Or 9-2. That's all right.
100 to Rebekah for localize. 200 to Casey. Foreign government should stay the F out of our business. 100 to Rob for allowing choice. 200 to Rebekah. Local is better. 100 to Casey. Local knows best. 100 to Casey. 200 to KC. Stupid ass Washington. I love it. And let's check out the scoreboard. And whoa, a little flip flop here. Rebekah jumps to the top, 27-17. Rob now in second with 2350. And after the nuke, Casey is down to 1,000.
It was the 6-7 points that did it.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
That's all I hear in my house all day.
Maybe you can use
Even
that
my
third arm
5-year-old.
to
She's like,
slap.
I'm like, oh my God, no.
All right, Rob, to you. Categories economic freedom. Should adults choose any job without licensing barriers?
Yes, of course. You should be able to do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anyone else, with one exception. If you are attempting to play for or work for the Dallas Cowboys, you should have to get a mental competency license.
You can throw the Bears in there too. Why not?
Girl bears.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Rebekah, to you. Should small businesses be exempt from federal mandates?
Why do federal mandates exist? Yes. They should not, everybody should be exempt from mandates. No mandate.
Hey, I think a federal mandate is what Trump took Bubba on.
Oh, boy.
That's probably it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I thought Bubba was a horse. I might have missed the tweet.
It's a male horse.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Sorry, I told Frey I'd keep this one clean too. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. We go off the rails sometimes. Casey, to you. Should states decide their own economic rules?
States do decide their own economic rules. What was going on with Karen Bass and all of this stuff during the fires of California? Was she going to other countries and negotiating and having meetings with them when her state was on fire? So they can control their own shit. We just choose to make excuses and say that's the federal government's place. The states can control as much as they want. They just don't do it.
All right, Rob, to you. Category is decentralization. Should the country shift towards local autonomy across all major policies?
Oh man, they're gonna hate this one. Yes, with one exception. I'm a minarchist. I think that the military should be there to protect our borders.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Should communities run essential services themselves?
Yes. Get back to basics of humanity.
Okay. Casey, to you. Should power flow to states instead of Washington?
I think I've answered this 75 times, but I'm going to go with it again of yes, the states already have the power. The states just need to start using it. And this is why you need to be showing up in the midterm elections to elect proper people to support your communities and support you. Screw the federal government.
Some of these make more sense if you realize I didn't write them for you. So you're like the understudy tonight in the play that we put on here. Rob, to you, categories encryption. Should Americans have unbreakable encryption without government access?
Not only should we, for all the Tylenol Americans out there in the Libertarian Party, let's create it. Let's make it so powerful that the government actually can't break the encryption. It's time to start building these parallel societies. We have the technology to do it.
Yeah, the government can't break encryption. It's only stupid people that actually support the government that break the encryption. The government doesn't do anything.
Fair point.
Facts.
Rebekah, to you, should companies be banned from giving agencies backdoor access?
Yeah, and then the company should be held culpable if they're disclosing my personal information because I disclosed it to them, not to the government. But that also comes down to terms of use.
All right. Casey, to you, should encryption policy be controlled by the states?
Yes. Encryption, well, encryption policy should be end-to-end user. That's where encryption should be, is the end user. Encryption policy should not be residing with any type of government control. Any type of encryption should always be with the users.
All right. Rob, to you, should voters decide when digital privacy can be breached?
Absolutely not. Digital privacy should never be breached. Mob rule is not the way to run a country. My rights are not up to the flippant and fickle way the people's opinion is blowing.
Okay. Rebekah, to you, should strong encryption be treated as a right?
I think it goes down to like right to privacy, right? Like if I have the right to bodily autonomy, making my own medical decisions or my own parenting decisions or whatever it is, right to protect myself, right to speech, any of that. I think encryption is akin to that level of privacy or that level of autonomy in the sense that the government does not need to know how much of a weirdo I am. That's really all it is. It's as simple as that.
Pretty sure you put it out there enough. We all know.
Yeah, there's Reddit forums and all kinds of things. You know.
Yeah. Oh boy. Casey, to you, should government be forbidden from weakening security tools?
Yeah, they are forbidden for weakening security tools, and that is our Fourth Amendment. And so they shouldn't be weakening security tools so they can get what they want. We should be protected by our Constitution, and the government needs to back the F off.
All right. Rob, to you, category is transparency. Should every agency publish all internal records by default?
Yeah, I've often thought if I was president, what's the first thing I would do? And I would just declassify everything. With one small exception, I'm fine with keeping the names of people who are embedded in other countries secret until we can bring them home and stop messing with other countries.
That makes sense. Rebekah, to you, should government contracts be fully public and searchable?
Yes, to make sure that they're competitive, because I can't tell you how many times they'll say that they went through a competitive bid process for, some sort of building project, road project, block APLR cameras, any of that stuff. They say that it's a competitive bid, and it really is very rarely so. So it absolutely should be subject to public scrutiny.
All right. Casey, to you, should voters approve any classified program over a certain cost?
I think voters should have to approve any classified program in general, because the government is clearly using classified programs against American citizens. We should not just be permitting them to choose how they want to use it. We should have some say in that.
All right. Rob, to you, should police and agencies record all interactions with citizens?
Not only should police and agencies record all interactions with citizens, but if a cop's body camera, isn't working, then their testimony should be inadmissible in court.
Same with them manipulating the body cam. Like even for my own
Turn the
arrest,
volume down.
the arresting officer mutes his body cam, and he's not supposed to do that unless he verbalizes why he's doing it.
That should be at least a misdemeanor in and of itself.
Agreed.
I mean, I feel like felony tampering with evidence.
Yep.
I would support that. We got to take baby steps then.
True.
All right. Who was that one? I lost track.
That was Rob.
All right, Rob. Rebecca, to you. Should whistleblowers be protected no matter who they expose?
Yes. And people should stop being afraid to whistleblow, because if you don't have people like Eric Snowden and things in that same sort of vein, we wouldn't know what's happening, and what's happening is not okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Free Snowden.
Casey, to you. Should secrecy in government require a public justification?
No. There should be no secrecy in government. They have abused this for too long, and so all the secrecy, you can't trust them anymore. So I'm not permitting any secrecy in government.
All right. Rob, to you. Categories constitutional limits. Should Congress be banned from delegating its lawmaking power to agencies?
So another trick question: Congress should have no lawmaking powers, really, period. And then they won't be able to delegate any of this regulatory stuff to agencies. And this is actually, I think, a much more timely and relevant question than maybe seems on the surface, because we've got some of the nonsense going on with the EPA, and these bureaucrats are just coming down and invading private property. The private property owners won in the West Virginia case, but there's so many more. We have obviously the big one with the NFA and these arbitrary restrictions where Dexter Taylor is getting arrested and put in jail for 10 years for, I'm going to get mad and I'm going to say something that I would ruin your YouTube stream, but definitely free Dexter Taylor. So Congress should just not have lawmaking powers.
Hey, we didn't get taken down on Friday, so I think we should take the risk.
Yeah, don't raise your hand though. Oh boy. Rebecca, to you. Should any law that violates the Constitution be voided automatically?
That's how it's supposed to work. I don't know why we've gotten away from that. Hamilton would be proud, but what do we care about his opinion?
Yeah. All right. And Casey, to you. Should constitutional rights always outweigh emergency powers?
Yes, and they do, but we keep permitting the stupid government to make excuses, keep us under emergency acts and emergency power acts, so they can do things that are unlawful. And so we have to take back control of our government by getting involved locally, having a strong community and a strong state to fight back against the federal government.
All right. We are moving along. Enter your scores in the chat if you've not done so already. Let's jump into the chat and see what's going on. We got 100 to Massie for 6-7. Minus 200 to Casey for being a Broncos fan. Go Bears. That's totally based. Minus 100 to Massie for overdoing the 6-7 joke. It's not funny. 100 to Rob for the Cowboys diss. 200 to Rob and Casey for both making Free say "oh boy" repeatedly. Yeah, oh boy. 100 Rebecca, question all questions as to why they're a question. That was a lot of questions. 200 to Rob for the horse reference. 100 to Rob. 100 to Casey, states need to step up. 100 or 200 to Rob for the real definition of mandate. Oh boy. A new term we're going to get banned on YouTube for. 100 to Casey, midterms matter. 200 to Rob, military should protect our borders. We actually agree on that one. 100 to Rob, Casey, screw the government. 200 to Calcicles for repeating the truth over and over. 76 to Casey for explaining the 76th time. Minus 200 for minarchy. Flippant and fickle is an awesome way to insult sheeple. 200 to Robbie. 100 Rebecca, right to privacy extends to encryption. We all know how weird you are anyways. That came up. Greetings from the artist formerly known as Waz. 200 Rebekah, transparency equals competitive bidding. Yates 2028, declassified the truth. 200. I could vote for a Yates ticket in 2028. 200 Rob. 200 Rob, all interactions should be recorded. Casey 200, government is using classified programs against the citizen. Welcome, Deda. 123 to Rebekah for helping free out. 200 to Casey for his cyberbullying politician shirt. 100 to Casey, no secrecy in government, transparency for all line by line audit. It's all publicly referenceable. 200 Rob, free Dexter Taylor. 100%, let's get Dexter out of jail. Minus 50 to Rob for self-censorship. And 200 Rob, free Dexter Taylor. So let's check out where we are now. And Rob has jumped back into the lead here, 3,900 points. Rebekah in second again, 3,373. And Casey's slowly inching up, 1,856. So, all right. Last game here of the night. And this is pick one. And Rob, to you. Best replacement for central banking authority. Free banking, state level banks, commodity backed money, market set interest rates, or treasury run system.
Man, I want to make a joke here, but what happened in 1971, right? Commodity backed money. Let's go back to a sound money system. And if JP Cortez is watching, what's up? Check out the Sound Money Defense League.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Most important constitutional right to protect first: speech, privacy, self-defense, due process, or property.
Ooh. That's a tough one. Why you gotta give me the hard ones, Free? I think I want to go with self-defense because in theory, the right to keep and bear arms allows you to protect the other rights.
All right. Casey, to you, and these will be totally new to you, so this will be fun. Best method to decide who can carry in public: states, local governments, courts, voters, or individuals.
Best method, what? Who can carry in public? Like the Constitution. Why is that not listed? Like the Constitution says I can carry. So why do I need any of those five? Like the Constitution says I can carry. I don't care what the other five say.
Well, individuals would be Constitution, right?
Yeah, mob rule. They'll take away your right to carry.
I didn't say voters. I meant the actual individual.
Yeah, you can carry or you cannot.
Yeah.
It's your
Fair.
individual choice.
That's
Nobody's
fair.
forcing you.
I read it. It's yeah.
No,
Okay.
I see what you meant voters. So yeah, I got that. That's fair. Rob, to you. Best replacement for Patriot Act surveillance powers: warrant only system, state oversight, independent courts, strict minimization rules, or total repeal with no replacement.
I'm paraphrasing the great Ron Paul, but let's get rid of it and replace it with nothing. When you take cancer out, you don't put cancer back in. Patriot Act should go in the annals of history with the dodo bird, the book encyclopedia, and hopefully 6-7, right?
All right. Rebekah, to you. Best path to make America competitive: lower taxes, light regulation, energy independence, state competition, or free trade.
Free trade. If you actually let the market be free, then all of the other stuff pretty much comes along with it.
All right. Casey, to you. Best level of government to run border security: federal, states, border counties, joint task forces, or local authorities.
Local authorities. Bring it down to sheriffs. Let sheriffs do their job. They're elected to do those things. Do not put non-elected people to make these decisions. And so local authorities.
All right. Rob, to you. Most effective replacement for qualified immunity: mandatory liability insurance, personal financial responsibility, state level standards, federal civil rights courts, or stricter misconduct laws.
So I think there's some merit to all of those, actually, but liability insurance, personal liability insurance has to be the first case. I don't. The one place we should have occupational licensing if we're going to have police officers is for cops, and they should not be able to get occupational licensing unless they have personal insurance, and that should be completely based on risk, and they should have to pay for it themselves.
I don't know. It's pretty risky to cut hair. We should probably have a license for that.
I like.
do it in my kitchen for free.
Yeah, I just did mine in the mirror. I like the one in Louisiana that they have to get a license for flower arrangement.
It's not a surprise. North Carolina has 973 occupational licenses.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Best way to fight inflation long term: spending cuts, hard money, lower taxes, regulatory restraint, or energy expansion?
Like hard money, meaning like backed by something. That's the quickest way to do it, because right now you just have monopoly money that's getting printed left and right.
Okay. Casey, to you. Most important threat to sovereignty: foreign influence, debt, federal overreach, global organizations, or corporate power?
Federal overreach. A corrupt government is the biggest threat to sovereignty. And if you want it, well, all government really is. But when you want sovereignty, stop looking to the government for help.
I agree. Rob, to you. Most stable post-Fed monetary system: gold standard, silver standard, basket-backed currency, crypto-backed system, or free market money?
So, I mean, I think free market money should be the goal, but if we really unwind the Fed, I mean, if we're being real and practical here, you probably need to go back to the gold standard. It's carrying the most value relative to our dollars right now. So it's the least likely to end in some major sort of collapse or financial turmoil that can be then used against us to say, now we all need CBDCs or some crazy thing. So I know there are arguments against going back to the gold standard because financial transactions happen so quickly. I disagree with those arguments, and I would go back to the gold standard.
Okay. Rebekah, to you. Most effective way to stop rights violations: lawsuits, criminal charges, voter recall, budget cuts, or agency shutdowns?
Criminal charges. Start charging the people for violating their oaths of office. Start charging, officers, other government officials, whomever it is that's violating those rights. Charge them. And once there is personal consequences that they have some skin in the game that they have to recover from, problem will probably sort itself out.
All right. Casey, to you. Most effective deterrent to crime: armed populace, tougher sentencing, economic opportunity, community policing, or de-escalation training?
An armed society is a polite society, so armed populace.
Okay. Rob, to you. Best safeguard against government overreach: warrant requirements, sunset laws, public audits, state enforcement limits, or criminal penalties for misuse?
So I'm going to go with criminal penalties for misuse. I'm against warrants completely. When you really think about it, what a warrant is the law enforcement branch of the state calling the judicial portion of that branch, a very connected part of what they're doing, and saying, hey, we are asking your permission to wield our monopoly on violence with your authority to violate this person's private property rights. In cases where someone is actually in a dire threat, someone's been kidnapped, there's a murder, then you shouldn't need a warrant. Like that's what the definition of exigent circumstances should be. And I think that's the only case you should be able to go in someone's house as law enforcement.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Best driver of economic growth: free markets, state competition, federal incentives, lower taxes, or fewer regulations?
Sorry, I had to laugh at federal incentives because that's just funny. Free markets, yet again, because if you allow the market to actually be free, balances out.
Hey, the corn industry is thriving right now. Okay.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Okay.
I can't afford to fill my still right now. So that was just mean, Casey. Casey, to you. Best mechanism for school choice funding: vouchers, scholarships, savings accounts, funding portability, or tax credits?
Ouch. What if I don't like any of them?
Say whatever you want.
If I had to choose out of those, I'm thinking like funding portability, allowing the money to go with the student type of thing. But ultimately, we should just be opening it up and letting it free, letting people to decide where they put their money. Stop taxing me to pay for other neighborhoods' kids. My kids are not in public school. Let me go use the money on them.
All right. Rob, to you. Best path to hold government officials personally accountable: civil lawsuits, criminal penalties, insurance requirements, independent review boards, or local voter oversight?
The part of this question that's making me think is government officials. So if it was cops, I would say insurance requirements. I think that situation would take care of itself. But I think you need to have criminal penalties. And I think it needs to be handled in courts that are in no way related to the government entity, person, agency, whatever it may be, that is being charged.
All right. Rebekah, to you. Most responsible for today's inflation: Congress, the Fed, executive branch, overspending, or global factors?
I'm going to veto your answers and say that it's all of the above. But I mean, technically, I'd say probably the Federal Reserve is really where a lot of it is coming from, because we decided to have a central banking system.
All right. Casey, to you. Best strategy to reinvent public education: choice, local autonomy, teacher accountability, funding reform, or curriculum transparency?
I'm going to go with local autonomy, letting people just have freedom to choose in that scenario. They need to be able to do that. When it comes down to the rest of the stuff, we're asking for permission. Let's leave it open to free to choose and just let us go those directions.
All right. We have reached the end. So enter your scores in the chat if you've not done so already. Tell us what you thought. Tell us who you think won. Let's drop that down here and jump in the chat one last time here. 200 to Rebekah for being weird and proud. Yeah, that's great. Are we moving fast for a reason, or is it just because Larry's not on? 200 to Rob, what the F happened in 1971. 200 to Rebekah, 2A protects all other rights. 100 to Rebekah for self-defense. 100 to Casey, we know what you mean. Minus 200 Casey, the Constitution doesn't grant us rights. You as an individual already have those rights. 200 to Rob, nod to the great Dr. Paul. 200 Rob for dodo birding the Patriot Act and 86ing 67. 100 to Rob. 200 to Rob for sharing my ex post while he's in the middle of a game.
I got you.
That's not cool. That's not cool. 100 to Rebekah, it's all monopoly money. 100 to Casey, help yourself, the government will not. 200 to Rob for the gold standard. 100 to Rebekah, accountability is needed. Bola Kareem's got a lot of hundreds going on there. 200 to Casey, an armed society is a polite society. 200 to Rob, I love gold. 200 to Casey, armed society is polite society. Are you smarter than Waz? I mean, that's a trick question. But on a show full of trick questions, there's a trick question. 100 to Rebekah, free the markets. 300 to Rebekah for locking them up in free markets. 200 Casey, I don't like any of them, down with taxes. 100 Rebekah for not being able to keep a straight face while saying centralized banking. And 100 to Rob from his lovely wife. So let's check the scores and see where we ended up here. Can I find? Do you think there's a chance I could find the drum roll fast enough here?
No,
Probably not.
not one.
I found it. I found it. I haven't done that in like a month, so that was fun for me. Rob with the big win, back-to-back wins, 5,200 points. Rebekah stayed in second place, 4,573. And Casey, with questions not written for him, did an amazing job, 2,456. Casey, third place. You didn't even know you were going to be on the show until about 12 minutes beforehand. What did you think?
Oh, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot less lube on this game show, so it was a good laugh, but good topics to cover. Last place, I'm used to it, so we're good.
Could there have been more lube? Let's just be honest.
Yes, more.
Could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Promote yourself and your show.
Yeah. You can catch me on They Both Suck podcast on Wednesday at 8 p.m. on X. You can find me at my handle right here, American versus Gov, where it is Americans versus the government at this point. They're not doing anything for us. They're serving everybody else but Americans.
And I think your greatest win is the lovely lady to your right. So I think you should just be happy
Big
for
facts.
that. That if you used all your luck on her, you did well. So and great kids too.
Big facts.
Check out Casey. They Both Suck podcast Wednesdays 8 p.m. He's got the Awake Not Woke Store.com, and he's American versus Gov on X. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Second place, the lovely Rebekah. What'd you think, Rebekah?
Had a great time, like always. Thanks for having me.
And promote yourself and your amazing work.
Yeah. Right now, You Are the Power has a fundraising drive. So if you do not like the government abusing their authority and want to do something, we of course will always take volunteers, but there is and I'll put it on the post for the show on Twitter as well. But there's a GoFundMe link that I have specifically for my region. And we're doing a little contest. So by all means, if you want to help me maybe actually win a contest for once, that would be cool. And you're also helping out some people fight back government overreach. Thank you for Terry putting the link in there. So I just saw that she appreciate you, Terry.
Should I put that on the screen? Let's see.
Yeah, you should, if you can.
See if I'm talented enough to do that. Western region, GoFundMe.com/F/support-YATP-West. So that's easy to remember. Just everybody memorize that. So, or take a screenshot or something, or look in the post like Rebekah said. So now I got to jump back to the other thing, and you can follow Rebekah on X at the other Massie. You Are the Power is at YATP official, and she's the Western regional organizer of You Are the Power. And I've even got the You Are the Power slide up here. So You Are the Power, they find people who are being disrespected by their government and organize to get all of us the respect that we deserve. And they are youarethepower.net. As you know, one of my favorite organizations. They do amazing work. Your money would be well spent with them. So feel free to make a huge donation to them and show them some love. First place, back-to-back wins. Rob Yates, how are you feeling, buddy?
That's right. Don't call it a comeback. I'm feeling fantastic. I don't know. I just keep winning. What can I say? Call me Donald Trump.
Oh boy.
Sorry. I tried to say it with a straight face. I really tried.
I think he lost one. I think if we look back at the scoreboard. So
Oh man.
Promote yourself, and if you've got something on your mind, say that too.
I do. Well, so first of all, thank you to everyone for being on the show. Rebekah, Casey, awesome guests. You are catalysts to my success because it's inspiring to be on with people smarter than I am. Free Terry, always. Everyone watching, my mom, my sister, and my wife are watching. But yes, I did plan this with the people on the show beforehand, but I would like to take advantage of this opportunity to everyone listening to announce that I am throwing my hat in the ring, as it were, and announcing my candidacy for LNC chair next year.
Amazing. Breaking news on the show. That's awesome, man. You're a great mind in our movement, and you impress me every time you're on here. So I think that's an amazing announcement, and best of luck to you with that. Interested to see what happens and what you can do. So good luck with all of that.
Man. It's a big responsibility. It's a humbling thing to do, but I promise I will take to it with the same just insane commitment that I do everything else. Which is probably going to make me die young of a heart attack, but I'm going out with my boots on.
You're going to have to get Dan's vote back. He blocked and reported you. So yeah. He's really mad at you.
Oh boy. Let me get Terry back on here. Terry, what'd you think tonight?
I love tonight. Special thanks to Casey, as always, for helping out. Greatly appreciate it. Rebekah, you were awesome as always. And just so you guys know, toodaloo is a Midwest way to say goodbye. That's kind of what that is. I just thought I'd let you guys know the definition of it. Rob, that is so awesome. I love it. And I cannot wait to see what happens. I know you would do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So congratulations on your decision, but better yet, congratulations to the party. They would be the real winners.
Facts.
Everybody have
Well
a happy
said.
Thanksgiving.
Well said. And we got a couple here. Amity said, "You Are the Power" is awesome. Everybody should donate. I totally agree. Chris was surprised I found the drum roll. And props to Rebekah for fighting for Arizona. And let's keep that streak going, Rob. Damn it, Rob blocked and reported. Cal says, "Love it, Rob. Hell yeah." Another hell yeah from Chris. Yates LNC 2026. Amity echoes that. Hell yeah, Rob. Yates 2026. Lots of fans in the chat here. And thanks, Terry. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, we actually are taking a little bit of a break. We're going to be off Friday and Tuesday, and then we'll be back the following Friday, which is probably a date in the future that I probably should have written down, but it's not this Friday, but a week from Friday. But appreciate everybody in the chat. This was a fun time, having a great time in year 2 of the show. You guys make this a lot of fun. And so check us out when we're back a week from Friday. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, and appreciate y'all. And we'll catch you next time.